Yo.
Yo,
It's been a while, man.
we
We
back
both
though.
been busy as hell, right?
Working, living life, doing a bunch of shit, man.
Feel you, bro. What you been up to, man?
Uh, everything. Fucking battle rapping, fitness. Got the accelerate clothing popping. Get your leggings, get your fucking whatever fitness merch you want. Dadding it up. My kids is in one's in Florida, my son's in Florida, my other daughter's in Texas, my youngest daughter's still around here, so just getting acclimated to that, acclimating them to that, just trying to push it together like I push it together. Battle rapping and doing my,
I
regular
feel
shit.
you. I feel you. Yeah. I just seen did you get to watch Gnome at all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't get to see the Lux Nitty battle. I've
It
been
was a
hearing a lot
classic.
about it. It was a classic. All right, that's
Mm-hmm.
gonna make me go video on demand that joint right there.
Both sides.
Really, I
Yeah.
like that. I like that.
Um,
I kind of expected that, but
Nitty was doing his Nitty was doing his thing. No, I'm not gonna say it like that. Nitty always does his thing. That's not
facts.
true. Lux rap like he used to rap. Lux came how you would expect him to be, you know what I'm saying? So he came 3 rounds of heat, you know what I'm saying? So that's a good battle. It's probably battle of the year right now, still early, but good battle.
Yeah, nah, I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to see Lux back in that conversation. He had a rough couple of last turnouts, so from the audience's perspective, us as high level, we get it, but he found that
I
balance.
think with Lux, he comes from a different time, right? So it takes a minute to adjust to anything. It takes him a minute to adjust when you're getting the reps in. Like him when he used to battle, it used to be you get all your bars off and then the crowd make noise and interrupt you and do all that. Now it's more like, they can stop you whenever. Now it's more of a performance than to just kill the nigga in front of you type shit. So I think, and then, he raps very, his raps have a very high degree of difficulty to even digest or even say on the first watch. So he says a bunch of shit that if you're standing there in the building and you're not locked in, you're gonna miss some shit. Even Rum Nitty.
Yeah.
Rum Nitty, same shit. They rap at a hot Rum Nitty's a punchline rapper, but his punchline and bars are a high degree of difficulty. So if you're not tuned into what these niggas is doing, you're gonna miss out on a bunch of shit. You feel me?
Yeah, facts. So let's give people a little recap, man, because we've been gone for a little bit. That's why I named the episode Things to Do, because for neither one of us, this is not our primary source of income or our.
It's not even a source of income, nigga.
It's not even.
One.
And for two, it's like, we are grown men with a lot of things to do. And if we're really handling our business the way we need to, we're doing what we want to do with this platform, which is we get on when we can get on. You know what I'm saying? For the other part, we're both fathers, active fathers. I just got done celebrating, one of my oldest high school graduation, man. Made it to that milestone. You know what I'm saying? Made it through that marathon. But really, the reality is for a lot of folks is they think that a lot of parents think the finish line is the high school, and it's like, no, that's actually the starting line.
That's where it starts at. That's
where it really gets.
Now they prep to go. You feel me?
Correct.
Now you get to see if everything you taught your kids is gonna stick.
Correct. So I'm in that phase right now. Like he wants to take a gap year, but I'm trying to convince him that a gap year doesn't have to mean you don't do anything. So we're working on some different things
even
right
if he
now.
takes a gap year, work. You know what I'm saying? Pick a trade.
Correct.
He likes to do. So
I'm trying to get him involved in this win stuff right now.
Let's say he wants to go to school. Let's say he goes to school and he don't like it. At least if he leaves, he can fall back on a trade or a job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's always good to have. Listen, man. One thing I learned about life. It's always good to have options.
Correct.
To be able to be like, all right, if that don't work, I could spin off over here or I could spin off over there. You know what I'm saying? But You want to be able to ingratiate yourself 100%. You don't want to do you can't do all your options at one time. You feel me? But it's best to have options to do whatever. I'm saying, because when you're young, you have the dreams of when you're young, you can take your time. You have the dreams of creativity, and I want to do this and that and that. And I don't ever say the window closes, because you never know when it can, like, everybody's timeline is different. A lot of fucking rich people and even famous successful people, they didn't hit till they was in their 40s, 30s, 30s and 40s. So it's like, you want to have something to maintain yourself. I tell all kids that want to rap, like, you want to rap, but rapping costs money. So you want to
it's a balance. It's a balance between not letting the clock push you too crazy, but understanding the clock does exist though. So
the clock,
you know, because we can use those examples of people breaking in their 30s and 40s, but I can also say, well, you can, if you learn from those people in their 30s and 40s, what was the transition that they went through, you can get the competitive edge on that, that in your 20s. You know what I'm saying?
So the clock is on. I would say even the people that broke in their 30s and 40s, that don't mean they just started.
Yeah, correct.
They was always going. You know what I'm saying? They might have had more attention on something else, but that thing that they broke, they always was doing that, whether it was just dabbling, whether it was
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm the perfect example of it. I've been an entrepreneur for 15 years now, and I've transitioned through different modalities until I realized my real true gift is I'm a consultant in this space. And then I turned that into a, you know, out of its first year into a 6-figure operation by just understanding what the culmination of all of that time spent was, and not looking at it as lost time, but as utilized time. And then, I put those tools in the tool belt.
Same with me doing the music, like, dog. Niggas, everybody says overnight success. But that shit takes 10 years to be an overnight success, right? It takes years of work. You just see the tip of the iceberg. You don't see what's under it. Like, it's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see the tree trunks and the branches and the leaves. You don't see the roots, nigga. You don't know how far you just see the up. You don't know how far down that tree goes to even be a tree. You feel me? So I think that, you can't never get discouraged. I feel like, especially the youth, as long as you're putting in some type of work somewhere, just like my son. My son seen the opportunities in Brockton High wasn't the best. He didn't want to go there. So I was like, all right, I agree. I commend you for being smart enough to make the decision for yourself to be like, all right, this shit not it. And if I stay here, I'm gonna fuck something. I'm gonna fuck up. But what we not gonna do is we not about to, sit around doing nothing either.
Correct.
So you gotta put it together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, correct. And it's big on us as parents too. As you know, I'm big on I started out because I was raised in that way of do as I say, not as I do. But for all intents and purposes, to the adults out there, that's actually bullshit, and that's not how life actually works. You got to do as you do so they can follow what you do.
Or at the end of the day, being 100 with you, like, kids learn by osmosis.
Yeah, correct.
Like, your kids are gonna learn more based on what they see you do than what you actually say, right? Like, you learn by osmosis. Like, we learn by osmosis. That's why people tell you change your environment or change the people you're around, because at the end of the day, just you being around the right person or the right energy, you know what I'm saying? You can learn some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can put yourself in a different space.
Yeah.
I'm just promoting, trying to get people in here.
After you learn it, apply that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of smart people. There's not a lack of people that are smart. There's a lack of people that can execute on their ideas. Like I don't know. Like I've gotten to a point in my life where I seem to be very rigid to folks, and it's because I'm in my execution phase. I'm not in my rhetoric phase. So I don't have a lot of small talk time when it comes to things and metrics and goals. And that's what I realized about a lot of because I hear people using words like high value. Where's high productivity? Let's forget that part. Let's talk about people just not being productive enough. And let's talk
it's
about people
easier
not
to do
having
the high
enough time.
value shit. High
Yeah,
value, this
correct.
high, right?
You can
But
fake the high value. You can't fake high production.
I mean, you can't even really fake high value, right? Like, because that shit is relative, right? Like, high value to what?
So who? Yeah,
To who? What is the situation? Like, if we about to go on a fist fight, Bill Gates ain't that high value nigga. You understand what I'm
correct.
saying? I don't give a fuck how much
Absolutely.
money he got. If
Absolutely.
we about to go to war, nigga, or play a basketball game, Bill Gates is not the guy I need. That's not, you know what I'm saying? His skill is not valuable here, right?
Correct.
So it's like you got to know where to be the high value person, or where to plug in. Where can you
Correct.
plug in at? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then so when people say that, like, because people say it under the guise of relationships, like high value man, high value woman, it's like your value is different. Your value is, first of all, based on the market, if we just looking at it in the business sense, right? And then your value in a relationship is based on the person. What do they value, right? And then if you meet that criteria of what the person you dealing with values, then it's like, all right, I can fuck with son, or I can't fuck with son, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, I guess for me, I'm just like, I'm glad that you brought it up and like into that space, because like what I'm tired of and what makes me not want to pod is like I'm tired of listening to unsuccessful people from unsuccessful relationships talk about relationships. I'm tired of listening to people that are preaching toxic rhetoric talk about relationships. Like if you haven't had a healthy relationship and you're not practicing what you're preaching, those of us in healthy dynamics, we don't care about none of that shit you're saying. And we actually feel like you're gaslighting a lot of the young people and the picking up trauma bonds instead of, focusing on the future of healing. So there's just a lot of conversation in the pod space right now that is fugazi as shit. And I don't have a lot of, time is money, bro. So I don't be having time to waste on like penniless conversations about mindless stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah, most of the podcasts that I listen to are like comedy shits. Like I'm talking about,
I could rock with those for sure.
I'm talking about like Bobby Lee and shit. Like 100.
Yeah, correct.
If I showed you the list of podcasts I listen to, you'd be like, this nigga listens to nonsense. It's 100% comical. Like soon as it comes on, niggas is your mom is this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what that is, though. You know what arena that is. It's different when people are going into an arena.
Yeah,
and not vetting the people that they're listening to give them life advice.
But
there's a whole trend of people out here who are now life coaches, life counselors, like and no one's even being smart enough to vet what their life is actually like.
That's a fact. Like even the podcasts I just listen to, right? I listen to like Bad Friends and all type of. They're comedians doing it, so it's not just random niggas being funny. It's comedians talking to each other and just shitting on each other and making jokes and being funny. So even in a roundabout way, they're vetted. Because it's like, what do you do? Well, nigga, I sell out arenas doing my comedy. I'm just here shooting the shit with my homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, when we get into these, when we get with the relationship situations, it's like, a lot of people speak from hurt, bro. Like it hurts. They speak from hurt. So you talking about people they're speaking from a place of pain. When you in pain, you ain't never. When you're hurt and you have a lot of bullshit on your chest, you ain't never gonna really see the fucking shit for what it is. You feel me? Like if you break your leg right now and I gotta drive you to the hospital, nigga. Every bump I hit, you gonna think I'm intentionally hitting them bumps when that's just the fucking road, my nigga.
See, but okay, so let me push back on that a little bit. So, right, I get that, right? But then this is like what I go through, like with my kids, anything. I understand that feeling part of it, right? But then there's a part that makes us a little bit more advanced when we have to process those feelings. And these people are not processing those feelings; they're living in those feelings. At some point, as an adult, it's on you to deal with your shit.
That's a fact. Yeah, I
And you
think
can't not subject the world to your shit all the time.
yeah,
I don't have to deal with your shit
yeah,
at
it's
all.
not. I don't think it's anybody's responsibility for you to deal with my issues, right? Like even for me, like let's say just for shits and giggles, I'm a thief, right? Like I'm a kleptomaniac. Like I got something in my brain that says steal. Like it's not the person that I deal with's job to try and correct that, right? Like I gotta correct that. If I want to deal with you, I gotta correct that. You feel me? It's not the person's job to it's not somebody else's job to even I learned this in therapy when I went to therapy a long time ago. It's not nobody's job to manage your insecurities. It's up to you.
Correct.
Like I don't have to how I move is how I move. If I don't directly violate you, then whatever you brought to the situation, like whatever you baggage you bring into the
Yep.
situation, that's your baggage. Be like you can't expect me like at the end of the day. So and when you
That's
travel with baggage, you can only
yeah.
go so high.
Yeah,
Right?
and that's where the social emotional intelligent part comes in, because if you are socially emotionally intelligent with yourself, then you would
Yeah.
understand not putting yourself in triggering situations. Like
Yeah.
you would learn you got to learn how to navigate yourself as much as you have to learn how to navigate the world.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like I know what type of shit triggers me. I know what type of shit. I know that if I'm in a situation where I feel like it's gonna go down, or I feel like it's a violent situation, I leave. I don't even go. Yo, X, we want you to go to this party. It's gonna be such
No,
a who's there? Where it's at? Oh, it's over here. It's lit, bro. Such and such a nah, I'm
no.
good. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people miss the accountability piece because it's like, okay, you got hurt in the past, right? It's the crazy thing what niggas do with emotional pain and mental pain, they don't do it with physical pain. It's like if you break your arm and then you let it heal and then you re-break it every 6 months. It's like that's what the fuck you doing with your brain. You
Correct.
something happened, trauma happened, you broke your brain, something happened, and then you drag that shit out for fucking 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yep.
like,
Yep.
I got hurt, so I'm just gonna keep being hurt. Like I read it in a book. I forgot what book it was. I read it in a book. It said humans are the only beings on Earth that drag out their trauma over periods of time. Like if a dog gets hurt doing some shit, like if say a dog fucking trips down the stairs or whatever the case, you smack a dog or whatever the case may be. Like I've taken care of, I've raised dogs all my life. So if you get a dog that's been abused from the pound, it's gonna have triggers when you first get it. It's
Correct.
gonna be scared and leery and looking around. But once that dog realizes, like, oh, everything is good, it's a whole different animal. Like human beings, though, like you could show a person everything is good, like yo, everything is good, and they still gonna be like, yo, nah, cause in the like, I think the accountability piece people don't look at because it removes it don't make like it makes you look at yourself, right? So when you get people that be like I can tell you right now, I've fucked up some good relationships with good people. I have just being young, being dumb, being not ready, doing whatever the fuck I was doing, whatever. I was in my bag, whatever the case may be. I was toxic. I wasn't always the greatest nigga in the world to be around. I've chosen bad people to be around, whether it was women or
Yep.
friends. Motherfuckers I didn't have no business being around. I knew within the first 2-3 months that this shit was gonna go bad, but I stayed with them and shit like that. Like I think a lot of people don't accept that. Like I definitely in the relationship space, especially with the relationship pods, like when I hear women, man, ain't shit, say the niggas you picked ain't shit.
Correct.
Or say Johnny wasn't shit. Don't say all niggas ain't shit. Just say Johnny. Say yo, Johnny wasn't shit, yo. I fucked with Johnny and he wasn't shit, right? Or it's like some of the dudes, like I was talking to my man, and there was this dude, the big fucking, and this ain't no body shaming, but we keep it real here. He's a big fat nigga, like he had the diabetes ring around his neck, all that nigga. He's talking about your girl's gonna cheat on you. Women cheat. Yeah. Look at you, my nigga. You not doing nothing. You're not even trying to keep yourself in the best physical shape. So of course, shorties who deal with you is gonna slide, or that of course they're only with you for a certain thing. You not even taking care of you. You feel me? Like, so it's like a lot of the times these people speak because they have microphones in front of their face and they feel like they just gotta say something. Like, and it's like, dog, if you didn't if you didn't go through it, or if you haven't beat the lesson, then why are you offering the information? I don't understand that, because
correct. You
it's
just hit the
useless
nail on the head.
information.
On my biggest frustration in life is that's a majority of what I experience. Is a bunch of people speaking on shit they have not done. They have not done.
Yeah.
And then when they get around the people, and they have not been in the rooms with the people who have done it. See, here's my problem, right? Because when you get, there is a space that you get into. And when you get into that space, I don't care what line or sector you're in, you're going to hit a high productivity space where they're the actual doers in that space, and they don't care about none of this shit that people are talking about.
That's a fact. Like, dog. Perfectly. That's a fact. Like, when you deal with the people that are high up, they don't give a fuck about none of this low level shit. None of it. Not any of it, bro. Like I've sat across the table from some millionaires, like niggas who move M's. Like every day they get up and move M's. They don't give a fuck about none of this shit, nigga.
Not at all.
They wife is they wife.
Correct.
They give a fuck how she's doing. They don't give a fuck about what all the women in the world is doing. They give a fuck how I wake up every day. How's my wife? Are you good? We good? We tapped in? You all right? Anything going on? All right, boom. Then I go out here and I get it. Their husband is their husband, or their man is their man. They don't give a fuck about niggas. All niggas. You ain't never gonna correct all niggas.
Ever.
Because there's some people that are fucked up in the world. That's just what it is, nigga. Like, there's some people that no matter what you do, they're just incorrectable.
Yep.
They're not, you can't fix the niggas. I don't give a fuck how you
There
do
are
it.
a lot of people, and I remember being at a point in my life when I was back in that element of they tripled down, they quadrupled down on their existence because the unknown scares them more than the danger of the knowns.
That's a basic human flaw, right? If we come up with the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, because it's a basic human flaw, bro. Human beings are more scared of some shit they don't, even if the shit they don't know is better for them.
Yeah, correct.
They'll be more scared of that than the fucked up situation they have because they know it. They are like, dog, it's like, you know how many times I done been on a fucking roller coaster? That's the whole premise of a roller coaster. That's why they're scary, because when you ride up, the scariest part of the roller coaster is the ride up. When you hear the fucking things clicking, because your mind's going like, oh shit, what's about to happen? What's about to happen? In reality, roller coasters are fucking a minute and a half, 2 minutes maximum. Like,
same thing I tell people about skydiving.
It's maximum, niggas. By the time you realize what happened on the roller coaster, it's over.
Same thing.
It moves too fast for your brain to even fucking put it together. It's the ride up. Like, yeah, skydiving, same shit. I'm sure the scariest part of skydiving is opening the door, realizing you're about to jump out there.
Correct. That's it. And then and you're falling, you're free falling from it. To you, it feels like forever. Then you realize I was free falling for 15 seconds, and then the parachute comes out and I'm floating.
Yeah, now I'm floating, and it's literally a 5-minute ordeal. It's like getting in a fight.
Correct.
Right?
It should feel like 10 years. You was fighting 10 seconds.
Getting in a fight scene, we all been in school, right? Some shit pop off at 9 a.m. Now you got to fight at 3 a.m. From 9 to 3 is scariest for you, scared out your mind. I don't give a fuck, because you're running through the possibilities. Oh shit, this could happen. Oh shit, that could happen. Oh shit, I could get, you know what I mean? Son could duff me out, whatever the fucking case is, right? But at the end of it, when it's all over, what happens? You get in your little scrap for 30 seconds, then you get punched in your face. You realize, okay, I'm not gonna die, and you good. Like I don't understand. Like you realize you're not gonna die. You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but that's the problem. We live in a world right now where everybody makes everything. Okay, let me take it back. Let me not say everybody. A lot of people make a lot of things seem like it's all an existential crisis. Let me give you a perfect example. I'm doing this stuff with the wind stuff, right? And I get the extremes in those conversations instead of folks just understanding like I'm not talking about global warming. I'm not talking about climate what's the other one they used that was the buzzword? Basically the global warming, right? Because that was a whole thing that people debated about. Fine, cool. What I'm talking about is climate resiliency. Because no matter whether or not your climate's going to get worse or better, you still need to build resiliency. Clearly, when we see things happen on our coast that we've never seen before, flooding in our cities, our infrastructure's trash. So just because I see it a lot, whether it's politics, relationships, whatever, when people hit a certain like, they get so stuck on the argument that they never, ever, 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 ever even ponder a solution. They just get stuck on wanting to be argumentative for being argumentative's sake. And that's why I be null and void with society a lot. I don't enter as much as outgoing as I seem, I'm very introverted because of that fact that I have to build up a certain level of tolerance to go outside and interface with people in this particular society right now. Because 100%. I feel like more so than ever, I don't 100%. Think humans understand that you can be trained. And you can be trained, and a lot of your behaviors are trained, whether it's the trailer park, the hood, the office. What were schools built for? To train you. So understand something. Social media, whether or not it's intentional or not, has a derivative effect on a lot of people's mentals. Let me give you an example. You know LinkedIn, right? LinkedIn is supposed to be a professional workspace where the professionals go, right? Why am I on LinkedIn seeing Instagram energy? People sharing their dogs. We're here to talk about employment and prosperity and opportunities. I don't give a shit about your German Shepherd. But again, because soft skills and people not understanding how to put things in its proper context is so lost that it's hard to even be in space with folks for too long anymore.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You hit the nail on the head. I think that, when we deal with people, I think people it's too much emotion out here.
It's too much. It's too much.
I'm
for emotion, but dang, bro.
It's too much. It's too much, nigga. It's too much emotion.
Much, bro. It's too much.
Right. It's too much
emotion.
We
can't get anything done. We can't get anything done because people stay stuck in the feeling and not the solution to that feeling.
Yeah, bro. Real shit. You ain't lying, nigga. Niggas, I think everybody, we live in a world where it's like, this is how I feel. And it's like, okay. Number one, feelings change.
Correct.
So you feel that way today, you won't feel that way tomorrow, right?
Correct.
2, something happened that made you feel that way. Like, people don't understand feelings and emotions are reactionary. All right? You can't just be mad for no reason. You could try, but even if I told you be mad right now, you have to physically go in you have to think of a place. You have to go to a place and think of a situation that made you mad and then reenact that shit.
Yep.
You can't just be mad, bro. Like, if I tell you be sad, you have to think of some sad shit and then so it's like my thing with the people is this, like, you got to use your logic. You got to be able to train your mind to be stronger than what you feel, because what you feel will fuck you up.
Correct.
Like, because your feelings can be wrong. Your feelings can lie to you, dog. Like my therapist told me a long time ago, just because you think it don't mean it's right.
So you know how people say trust your gut?
Yeah.
I say vet your gut. Vet it though. Like vet it. Like, because your gut, what you're essentially talking about is a feeling, a gut feeling. That's the saying, right? All right, cool. Yeah. Process that feeling, because it's like there's so much language that's backwards right now. Like, when I'm a black man, right? People know what I do. If you don't know, check it out. You guys know me. If you've tuned in and you understand who we are, you know who we are, right?
Yeah.
That does not mean that I walk around with this concept and don't understand the nuance of improper wording of things like I'm unapologetically black. Okay, I understand the positive side to that. But do we ever think about when people take it overboard?
Right. Facts, though.
Do we ever think about that? Like, and then when they do take it overboard, why aren't we the ones governing ourselves?
Yeah, see, I know somebody who got themselves in mad fucked up situations because of that. Because they didn't know when to shut the black, like, I'm not saying that you should ever shut off your blackness, but you got to play the game.
It's not even, I'm not even saying that.
I know.
If I'm saying it's an oxymoron or it's a null and void statement, I'm black. Of course I'm unapologetically black. I
can't be sorry. I'm not sorry for it.
So it's a stupid saying, generally speaking, because the only people that I see that utilize it and push it to the edge are people that are at the far side of the extreme, where it's like, yes, I'm pro-black. Yes, I'm a proud black man. Yes, I'm a father of black children. I'm married to a black woman. All my fucking kids' mothers are black. I'm not Dr. Umar out here, though. I do believe that we can commingle and coexist. I believe that a certain level of appropriation needs to be re-examined, because I see nothing wrong with the little white kid that wants to be Black Panther for Halloween. I think that's progress. That's a child. That's a child.
First of all, that's
it's
a
the
baby.
adults that go back in and now make that child feel messed up when he's actually living out what we should want, for us to appreciate each other's culture. Not steal it, not take it, but appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you see comments? I can't see no comments.
No, I don't see
There's comments. I don't know. Maybe they say you gotta make it public or something on a book. Either way.
Yeah.
Whatever. We here. I see your comments. I see them on my phone. I see y'all. Keep commenting. But at the end of the day, right? Well, what we talking about here is it's like the unapologetically black thing is like, that's insane to me. Because I'm black. I'm 6 foot. I got tattoos. You know what I'm saying? I'm over 200 pounds. I'm a black man, B. I'm never gonna apologize for it, because being black is nothing to apologize for, right? But at the end of the day, I think a lot of people have identity issues, right? So when you see people with the identity issues, right, you see them kind of like, that's their way in.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's their way into that I'm black. But you got to play the game, and no matter what game you in, you got to play the fucking game, yo. You in the corporate world, you got to play that game, nigga. You got to play it until you're in a position where you control the board.
Bingo.
And then when you control the board,
Bingo.
then you can fucking do whatever you want. But
Bingo.
You got to play the game, and you got to learn the game. You can't just come into it and expect people to respect you, because, like, I tell street guys this all the time when they get into rap. When you get into rapping, the business of music, your street prowess and what you did on the block in 04 don't fucking matter.
Don't matter.
That shit don't mean nothing. It's good for the songs and it's good for the story. But when we talking about how we gonna sell your record and how we gonna market you and how we gonna move, what you was in 1998 on the fucking block don't matter to nobody in that office.
All right, so I'm glad that you brought that up. Let's bridge into something that was a phenomena I was waiting for, because I knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. I started noticing it a little while ago when we were doing booking, and I've been on the road with Method Man and Redman. I mean, you can look through the catalog. Like, I've been on the road with them. But I knew that there would be a time where the youth would move, the demographic of summer jams and things like that would move beyond our classics. And the thing is, when we talk about classics, what are we actually talking about? The 90s was 30 years ago, guys.
Almost 40 now.
Almost 40. Yeah, almost 40 years ago now, guys. So Yeah,
I'm
times
okay
move.
with it.
Now I'm not saying that it's okay that like it's okay that Method Man and Redman weren't received well, but it's also like today's young white youth aren't going to react to a majority of them aren't going to react to Rolling Stone the way they did back in the day. Things move.
No.
And then what happens is that those classic artists in rock, to use rock as an example, perform to their demographic.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I'm obviously Meth and Red are the guys.
Correct.
They're you know what I'm saying? You know, Ice Cube, all of the guys that we grew up with, but at the end of the day, times move, bro. Like we didn't receive people gotta stop acting like when we was young, we was these hip hop historians and all this goofy shit. We wasn't. Niggas made fun of KRS-One when he came out.
That's true.
I didn't want to hear that shit. I'll speak for myself. When I was listening to DMX, Jay-Z, Big Pun, and all that, I wasn't giving a fuck what I didn't care what KRS-One had to say about nothing.
I was in the middle because like Nas
I
was
listened
like,
to Rakim because
yeah,
Rakim's flow
yeah,
was
yeah,
impeccable.
correct,
He was
correct.
nice to me. Big Daddy Kane was nice to me still. There were certain niggas that was nice to me still, but I wasn't like, oh my God, he's a legend and he deserves all this homage because he was around in the 80s. My mind wasn't like that. So for kids to expect, like, think about it. A nigga who was born in 1993 is 31 years old now.
Yeah, correct.
Right? So if you expect somebody to be born to be he was 3 years old when Tupac and Biggie died, and you expect that kid to say, my favorite rapper is Biggie or Tupac, you are insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're going to say Lil Wayne, Cole, Kendrick. They're going to say 50 Cent, the people that impacted them when they was coming up. Like, times move. Now, hey, here's a perfect example. They didn't get received well at Summer Jam, but they bodied the Roots Picnic. Why? Because the Roots Picnic is where all the older people are.
Correct.
That's where we at. Like, some of us have to accept the fact that our time to be, I ain't gonna say our time is done because we're just in a different phase of time. Our
it's
time
just
to
adjust to what it is.
Yeah. Our time to be in the spotlight. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Mike Slade said, I was always willing to listen to Backpack regardless of my preference. Prodigy was him, but I knew Black Thought. I knew Black Thought was elite too. I knew that, but at the end of the day, I didn't look at Black Thought with the same reverence I looked at Prodigy with. I looked at Black Thought like he's nice. He's dope. He can rap. I ain't gonna shut it off if it comes on, but I think that, you can't expect the kids now that's off Drake and Kendrick Lamar to look at fucking Talib Kweli and be like, yeah, nah. They don't. They're first of all, they're children, right? So, second of all, not only like the gap between the 80s and 90s is way closer than the gap between the 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah,
that's what people don't understand. People in the 80s and people in the 90s, people that was born in the 80s, like people that lived in the 80s and people that lived in the 90s, all the way up to maybe like 2010, we all relatively did the same shit.
Yep.
We all was outside. We all remember fucking analog phones. We all remember pay phones. We all remember the TVs with the clicker. We all remember all of that. You feel me? Now, if you take the gap between the 90s and right now, it's vastly different. Just life in itself. There was no cell phones back then. You feel what I'm saying? Now, I can click a button and see my homeboy in Cali's fucking face and be in his living room.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I could see, you feel me? Like, if it makes sense, I could see him.
It's a different world. You know how often I'm in space talking to folks and I'm telling adults, please stop, slow down. Okay. This is a different world to the youth entirely. You're talking antiquated, archaic. Moses, go build an art language to them at this point. They do not live in the world that we live in. They don't.
Yeah, if you expect, there you go. Yeah, comment here. Comment on the link. If you watching, click that link. Watch on the link and comment on the link so we can see. So, if, like, let's say you know what I'm saying? You take a kid who was born in 2000. He don't know what life was without no internet, so trying to explain it to him, you sound crazy than a motherfucker.
Or I would say you can explain it, but try
they,
to making them live that period is
they can't
redundant.
live it. You can explain it to them and say, yo, this is what we had to go through. It would be no different than your grandmother from the Great Depression telling you how bread was 5 cents and they used to do it. You don't understand. You can get it, but you didn't live that shit. You didn't know. Like when your grandmother tell you they used to put real coca leaves in the Coca-Cola. That sounds crazy as fuck.
Sounds crazy. Yep.
But to them, it was normal. You ever seen a fucking aspirin thing from the 30s? That shit got cocaine, fucking all type morphine, all that. That's for a headache.
Yep.
That shit sounds crazy.
The Rockefellers got rich off of selling opiates, man.
Yeah, that shit sounds crazy as shit
back
to
in
us,
the day.
right?
Opium and tea back in the day.
Yeah, that shit sounds crazy as shit to us, but to our grandparents, that was normal. You got a headache, take one of these, nigga. You'll go to sleep. You go to sleep for 8 hours, but you won't have a headache no more, nigga.
Correct.
You feel me? So I think that, you know, at some point, we got to realize that, especially with entertainment, right? The world moves, the internet sped the world up. So 20 years is really like 50, right? In technology time. Technology sped the world up.
Oh yeah. So this is a perfect time when you can see how time is relative.
Yeah. Like the Einstein theory is correct. 20 years right now, like the gap from 2024 to in 2014 is wider than the gap from 1996 to 1976.
Correct. Bro, I would go even further, bro. It's we're talking about, if you look at the timeline of technology just alone, from 1980s to existence, we were at a certain level. And then we exploded. The transistor was created, the capacitor was created, okay, and it exploded. We're living in literally for the general part, for a general good part of existence, people live the same lives on repetition.
Yeah.
Then electricity came, that was a little different for a little while. We started some engineering that was a little different for a little while, but that's not the same thing as the tech leap that we just took that has us living in fast forward. We're living on 2x.
Yeah, we're living like if somebody clicked the remote on fast forward, right? So, so for you to try to make these kids who are born in fast forward, like what we have to do is you have to teach them to value. You have to teach them the value of both, right?
Yeah, correct.
It's cool to live in fast forward, but sometimes you got to slow.
You
got to pace it out. It's cool to be fast forward, but sometimes you got to slow down. There's a value in that. It's a value in slowing down. It's a value in, you know what I'm saying? So I think that especially when we deal with music, I feel music, as far as music, there's a place for all. I listen to all types of music.
Me too.
I listen to fucking tradition. I don't call it boom bap. I call it traditional hip hop. I listen to traditional hip hop. Yep. I listen to R&B. I listen to fucking rock and roll. I listen to 90s growl. Just listen to Ron the other day. Listen to 90s grunge music. I listen to sometimes I listen to shit with no words. I listen to jazz. I listen to everything. So I think
only thing I think you ain't trying to listen to no more is Three Stacks Flute album.
Yeah, I'm never listening to that. No, fuck that album. That shit is fucking bullshit. The nigga just on there doing shit. He's just on there doing shit. I don't like that. Fuck that project.
Yo,
I listen to country, you know what I'm saying? Little whatever, but I think when it comes to music, it's like these kids should have respect. Nigga, you didn't have respect when you was 17. Me at 17 was disrespectful as fuck. I know I was, right? So to expect kids to now have this respect that you didn't have at that age.
Correct.
Because you went through the period of growth and you went through your periods of trials and tribulations that taught you how to. Now, if you're raising a child, your kid should have respect for you. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, for you to be like, these kids should just walk around with this reverence for everything that came before them. Nigga, you did it.
So here's the thing that's funny, right? Because I changed my perspective on something. So there's this concept that respect should be earned. No, I'm actually going to challenge people to understand that respect should be given. And then if it's given a reason to take it, I engage everybody with respect. The guy holding the door at the hotel, the person at the desk, the manager, I start with respect. You have to give me a reason to take it away.
Yeah, everybody
then you gotta earn it back. But
everybody gets the same respect. But if you're then if I find out you're not respectable as a person,
now I'm pulling it back.
Then we remove your respect, right? So we remove it. Give me that back, right? I think that respect goes both ways.
It goes both ways.
If I'm dealing with somebody younger than me, I don't give a fuck. I respect them just as much as I want them to respect me.
I respect the time they're living in. I respect the complication of the shit that they deal with that I have no concept of.
I'm glad you said that, because I was just about to say, just like they don't know what the fuck we dealt with.
I have no idea.
We don't know what they deal with.
Nope.
Nigga, if you get in a fight today, that shit lives forever. We don't know what that's like. We have no idea what dealing with them emotions.
Our classic heyday fights live in a mythical realm of storytelling when we sit down and have to say it.
Yeah. These kids can pull up a file. Yo.
They can pull up data, bro.
Nigga, this is all the fights I got.
You got dubbed here.
Yeah.
You won all of these. You got dubbed here.
Yeah, it's like, dog. So we don't know what that is. We don't know what living with the pressures of social media. We can easily say, just shut it off, because we come from a time where it didn't exist. Right.
But I also argue that so many people that say just shut it off don't realize they're sucked. When you're responding to the things that you don't like, you're a part of the machine. You're a part of the machine.
Yeah, people.
So it's like, it's funny when people
that's the funniest shit in the world to me.
It's so hilarious. It's funny when people try to take this I'm not a part of it thing. Like, bro, let me get this straight. I do a lot of great things. I try to do a lot of great things as best as I can to redeem a lot of my old life, whatever. But when I come on social media, I know what it is. I'm not on social media thinking like, oh, I'm the programmer in the Matrix. Da 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 da. No, I know what it is.
I'm in the Matrix.
I treat the internet like when I'm here, I'm in the field.
Yeah, it's a brain dump for me. It's like I dump whatever's in my brain or whatever the case may be. It's not real to me, right?
But what I'm not here to do anymore, bro, is to tell anybody how to live their life anymore.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't tell nobody
how to live their life. Guys, all I will do is give little advice like, just vet everything. Vet everything.
Right? Because
vet everyone. Vet the person you want to date. Vet the person you want to go on the business with. Vet the school you want to go to. Vet the store you shop. Vet everything. That's the only advice I got for you.
Dog, like, because social media itself, right? Nobody is their real self.
Nah, right? It's crazy, bro.
Nobody is their real like self, right? Everybody
and that's why I struggle, bro. Sorry, you got me in a therapy session right now. That's why I struggle, because I am as presented.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
People walk up to me and they're like,
dealt with you on you. I can attest to that. I've dealt, we've hung out countless times. I've dealt with you on social media. I've dealt with you off social media.
This is who I am.
Everything you say your life is, it is. Everything you say, you know what I'm saying?
But remember, Xcel, it wasn't always that way. When I was steeped in the ignorance, listen, the problem that I have in my life, and I'm saying this openly to anybody who sees this, watches it later, whatever, is I went through a process of self-accountability. Most people have to go to jail to do, have to have a life-altering, like, I'm not knocking any of that, because I went through levels of that too. But it's still, when it came down to really making the change, whether or not I sat in jail for, 60-something days, all of that shit, moved to New Bedford with warrants, gun charges, all this other stuff, none of that mattered until I just came to terms with, it's me, dog. It's me. It's me. Whether it's the relationship, whether it's the job, whatever it is in my life, I am in control of that. And the things that I'm not in control of, I do not give a shit about. I double down on the things that I'm in control of. Let me give you an example. Perfect example. I'm trying to navigate the nuance of what this world is for these children, right? So I can't really tell them how to maneuver, because we got the economy changing. We got China selling off its U.S. national debt. We got the dollar dropping. We don't know what it's going to be like 20, 30 years for these kids. Everybody else had a predictive model up until a certain point in this technology. So for me, I've adjusted my approach with my kids. I said, okay, what can I control? I can't control if they're going to go to school or not, if they really want to or not, because again, you have to allow them to be themselves. I can't control, who they're going to pick in their lives, You know what I can control? One thing I could take off the table immediately that can change everything for them, no matter what. They will always not have to worry about this one thing: shelter. So I'm purchasing a 3-family right now that is solely for my kids. That's it. No matter what, I didn't just say I'm going to save their life. I didn't just say I'm going to make all their decisions.
No, you just say you're going to make it. You're going to give them a spot just in case shit get crazy.
I'm going to provide you one of the main staples of life that always affects people's development, which is shelter. You're going to have a home. You might be a little ignorant asshole in there if it's by your own volition, your choice, because I'm not going to baby your life. Once you hit a certain point, you have to get out the nest. I need you to go out there and scrape those knees.
Yeah, 100%. My thing is, see, with shit like that, right? I think that, people get caught up in the vanity of it all, right? Even when
I'm guilty of it, but damn.
Me too. I like looking nice. I like nice shit. I like, fuck right.
But then every now and then I go in the mirror and be like, you ain't shit, bro. Cut it out.
Yeah. Or I do some shit that's incredibly humbling. Like, that's why I work out, right? People ask me, in the gym. It's humbling, dog.
It is humbling.
Bench pressing 300 pounds is bench pressing 300 pounds. I don't give a fuck who you are. That shit is heavy, nigga.
Heavy.
It's a mental strike to push it up off you. It's humbling. Yes. And if you don't do it right, you'll get humbled, nigga. So it's like you'll you know what I'm saying? Like when you reach muscle failure, that shit is humbling because it's like, oh, nah, my shit is okay. You feel me? So I think that, when it comes to, you always got to put yourself in positions to be humbled, right? I think it don't mean you got to do some crazy shit. Learn a new skill.
Correct.
Play chess. Read a book.
I tell folks all the time, my daughter, when she started surfing, it didn't seem like it was going to work. And I had to pull her to the side and say, be okay with sucking long enough to get good.
Yeah. Because that's how you get good.
That's a part of the process.
That's how you get good.
And now my kid is the youngest girl on her surf team.
That's how you get good.
Because she looks forward to wiping out so she can have the challenge of catching the next wave now instead of just focusing on catching that one wave.
Yeah, sucking, being trash is how you get good. Nobody starts out.
Listen, a perfect example. I was trash as a partner. I used to try to quantify in my head, justify in my head. I took my boys are older than my daughters, 2 separate situations. I took my boys to the park. I took them to school every day. I took them to doctors. I tucked them in at night. I read them stories. I taught them their ABCs, their phonetics, all of that stuff. But I was a womanizer. So I used to always try to justify all of those things that I did in the dad box, if you will, and thinking and separating womanizing as not being in the dad box when it is one of the most important aspects of the dad box. So
those two things are not mutually exclusive type shit.
So I decided, okay, it's time to close that loop. So I sucked at being a father. I sucked at being a man. And I had to embrace that and understand that to get better at it. And now,
me too.
I'm the Kanye West song. Can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. When people want to come to me now, I give them the reflection of what it was, what I went through, and now look at where I'm at, and I'm staying on that path. I'm not a Bible thumper. I'm not none of those things. We don't have to be none of those things to be good humans. We can just be good humans.
Same shit, bro. I went through my life, nigga. I wasn't a good man. I wasn't a good guy. Like for the majority of my life, from the time I was a teenager up until damn near 30, 31. Nigga, we was outside, nigga.
Outside, bro.
I was outside. I was hurting people, fist fighting, punching niggas, lying, stealing, robbing people, doing whatever the fuck, getting fucked up every night, doing whatever the fuck I could do. You feel me? To get ahead on whatever I thought was getting ahead was, right? So, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Then I had real situations. Nigga, I had to face myself. Nigga, I had to I had to go sit in therapy with I had to have people sit across the desk from me and tell me, look, nigga, this is what's wrong with you. This is what we think. Or write out I had a therapist tell me, write out everything you ever did and all the times you were scared when you did it. Right. So I said, okay, I did that. Or why'd you do anytime you did anything that you didn't want to do, but you went through with it. So I wrote all that out. I wrote it out in a journal. Nigga, I've sat in the psych ward before. I fucking, you know what I'm saying? I've been through a bunch of shit that I talked with psychologists, I talked with therapists. You know what I'm saying? All to just at the end of the day, like I wasn't a good dude. Like I wasn't a good man. Like, was I a good father? Fuck yeah. I took care of my kids all day long. Nigga, my kids still, like my kids is all teenagers now, but nigga, they still be on every day. My daughter just FaceTime me, like, look at my dog. Like she, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So just FaceTime me.
I saw one of them kids flame
you up.
My
daughter, my youngest daughter, flame me up all the time, type shit. Gigi, shout out Gigi. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? Like me being a man, me doing what I need to do and follow the laws and tenets of being a man, I wasn't doing that. You feel me? I had everything else to be excused. I was a great rapper. I fucking handled my business in the music industry. I fucking great dad. I did this. I was good in my community. But it's like, dog, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, nigga, I'm not. And then once I realized, okay, you're not good at this. Does that make you a bad person? Nah, my nigga, you're a great guy. You're just not good at this part. Maybe because maybe because your pops wasn't around to really show you what it was to be like that, or you didn't have no examples to follow, or you didn't have nobody to talk to, whatever the fucking reason is. Because all of them reasons are valid. You know what I'm saying?
They're very valid.
They're valid, but they're not excuses because you can go find it. You can go find it. Then I got myself around the right people. Like, all right, nigga, I got myself around niggas that could tell me, yo, bro, nigga, you slipping over here. Yo, bro, what happened to so-and-so? Didn't you say you was going to do this? Yo, bro, what's up with this? Yo, bro, let's go hit the community. Even with me building with you, like you told me the first time we ever started, yo, bro, I'm going to be on your ass. I'm going to be annoying. That's just the type of nigga I am. So I'm telling you now, if you don't want to fuck with me, don't fuck with me. But if you down, then we lit. I'm sorry. I'm apologizing now. So when I get on your nerves, just tell me I'm on your nerves type shit. So I'm like, you feel me? But I think that a lot of people. Here's a quote I know. Don't chase perfection because perfection is death, nigga.
Yes.
Right?
You were going, people confuse progress with perfection.
Yeah.
And progress
is everlasting.
Everlasting, and it comes with ebbs and flows. It comes with ebbs and flows. Yeah. Perfection is a state of mind, man.
Even when you, all right, perfect example. I use fitness a lot because you can take a lot of fitness and put it into life, right? Every day I go to the gym, I don't feel strong as fuck.
Yeah.
It might be like 2 days out the week where I feel like I can pick the world up. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
But then there's some days I'm like, all right, I feel normal. Then there's some days I'm like, why the fuck am I here? And then some days I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go. But at the end of the day, it's like you go. Then the 2 days where you do actually pick the world up, you're like, yeah, bet. See?
Correct.
I did that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that, progress, sometimes you go up, sometimes you go down. It's just about moving forward. You stay consistent. Like, fuck that motivation shit. That shit is a myth. Motivation ain't real. You feel me? Motivation is real. I'm not going to say that. Motivation, but if you wait for motivation to come, you're going to be waiting forever.
Correct.
Right?
And I hit you with this right here from Frederick Douglass. Listen, let me just give you a little. So we all understand Frederick Douglass, the great orator, right?
Big Frederick, yeah.
But a lot of that narrative, again, is from a pacifist lens that people that are trying to control us keep us under, and they don't let you know that Frederick Douglass, before he came to New Bedford, came to Massachusetts, he was at the docks of Maryland and in Baltimore, and that man was down there literally getting into fist fights with people at the docks because racist folks didn't want to let him work on those docks. It's important to be intelligent. It's important to understand the concept, but it's also and understand like the great aspects of Frederick Douglass that we love, the great aspects of Martin that we love, the great aspects of Malcolm, Angela Davis. I can keep going, Medgar Evers. We can keep going all day. But we also should study. The one thing that I study more than the progress, because the progress is easy. You can find plenty of content on that. I study their struggles. Yeah. And when I study great people's struggles, I humanize myself more.
Yeah, because you see yourself in it. They're all genuinely the same, right? Like Malcolm, perfect example. Malcolm was a fucking pimp. He was a street nigga.
Correct.
He smoked weed, got fucked up all the time, walked around with 2-3 guns on him, was pimping, lying, stealing, doing all type of shit before he became Malcolm X. When he was Detroit Red, he was a motherfucker. He was outside, nigga. He was the definition of outside for his day. You feel me? That's how he knows all the gangsters.
Yep.
Because he was one of them, and then he changed his life around, but he still stayed tapped in with the gangsters in his hood, Bumpy Johnsons and the fucking guys from Boston and that type of shit, right? Like Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali became a great boxer because at 12 years old, he was a scared little kid that always used to get picked on, and they stole his fucking bike. And then he wanted to learn how to fight because he got tired of getting picked on, and niggas stole his bike. So he went to the boxing gym. He was like, I want to whoop somebody's ass because they stole my bike. And they said, whoa, Muhammad, chill the fuck out, my nigga. Like, even when I hear the story of Bruce Lee, right? When Bruce Lee first met Ip Man, who trained him, Ip Man told Bruce Lee, you got to relax. That nigga was like, I want to learn this shit so I can fight because I'm mad little and niggas is picking on me and I want to whoop everybody ass. And Ip Man told him, you got to chill, my nigga. Go calm the fuck down, then I'll teach you.
Yep.
Calm that shit down. And now when we see Bruce Lee, he's always calm and composed and be like water. He wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. He was a hothead.
He was outside,
nigga.
Correct.
I'll fuck you up. He got in mad street fights. So much so that his master had to be like, yo, my nigga, cool out. Then I can show you this shit. Because if I teach you this shit right now, you're gonna kill somebody, and that's not what we want. It's not the goal.
You bring me to another great topic, which is so I think that we are a couple of gentlemen that understand and are still going through the process of being raised in a lens of victimhood, and then understanding that we're not victims, we're actually victors because we're still here. I don't look at slavery conversations around any of that stuff from like the woe is me lens anymore. I look at it as, damn, we went through all that and we still here leading the charge. We still here, the authenticators and the pioneers of everything that matters. We're still here.
And that's why I tell people all the time. Like somebody asked me a long time ago, why unmelanated people, why white people don't have the same like things that we do, right? Like, you know how we just make something out of nothing, we rap, we do all that great shit. It's because of that traumatic shit that our ancestors went through, the slavery shit, that forced us to be great. Now we just do great shit, but for no reason. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you see black people in this country, we do great shit by accident.
Correct.
Just on
accident and necessity.
Yeah, we like everything that we do is damn near necessity, like accident, nigga. Like niggas with like even if you look at something with fashion,
hip hop was created by accident and necessity.
Yeah, they took all the instruments out of school. Bingo. Somebody saw their mother's fucking record player and was like, I could make this an instrument, and started scratching it. Because before that, black people, we played the trumpet, we did jazz and all this other shit. Then there was no electricity in the nigga crib. Somebody took a sound system outside, plugged it up to the light pole, invited some niggas over, pow, hip hop born. It's a beautiful accident. It just is what it is, bro. Like, if you look at fashion, most of it is necessity. Skinny jeans and shit come from wearing your little brother clothes.
Yeah.
Baggy clothes come from your big brother passed you down some clothes. They was too big for you, so you wore them. That shit, we turned that shit into a style. That shit became the style.
And then we just recycle the styles over and over. We're back in the 70s right now.
Yeah, we just recycle the style. So I think that, like we do things on accident. Like we do, like Neil deGrasse Tyson has the illest quote. Think about all the people that was ever born and died on Earth to ever exist. Ever, nigga.
Yep.
You not here by accident.
Not at all.
Think about that. Think
Not at all.
about this. Think about this. I don't know the exact numbers, but bear with me. When the man shoots off and lets off the sperm and it goes inside the woman, that's millions of them. Nigga, whoever you are watching this, you already did the hardest thing you ever going to do in your life.
Correct.
You beat out a million of your brothers and sisters, swimming to the egg in a place where everything inside that place is already trying to kill you. So because you're a foreign object, you're not supposed to be there till you get to the egg, and it's like, well, all right, we here now. You know what I'm saying?
Which in turn should motivate you to understand that your birth was you being born a winner. You won that race.
Yeah, you won.
You won the greatest race ever.
Yeah, you never have to run another race ever in your life because you
every single one of us are winners of the greatest race ever in existence.
We won already. You won.
So let me give this to the ladies real quick. Gentlemen too, Maya Angelou, man, get deep. She's got some great books out there, but I'll give y'all a couple of good quotes.
That's my lady.
Right a wise woman wishes to be no one's enemy. A wise woman refuses to be anyone's victim. And again, a lot, we don't have to gender that. Like that is true for, I don't wish to be anyone's enemy and I don't wish to be anyone's victim. So it's true, generally speaking.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to be nobody's enemy, but you're not about to play. In hood terms, she said, I'm not looking for smoke. But you're not about to bring smoke to me. You're not about to bring smoke to my door. Like, I don't start nothing, won't be nothing type shit. You feel me? Like, I think that, when it comes to our people, I think we get so caught up in being victims. Like, yo, slavery, this is fucked up.
And it sucks. Up. Nobody's saying that shit don't suck.
Oh, that shit was sucky. That shit was trash. That shit was bad. That shit was one of the worst human atrocities to ever happen. Maybe the worst. You know what I'm saying? I don't know because I wasn't here for all of human existence, so I don't know what the fuck else happened way before that they don't tell us about. But what I think is you in 2024 live for them people.
Them people survived and you're here, so you can
think
win that
about
race.
all the people that it took to make you, right? Let's just bust it down, right? Let's just do it like this. You got your mom, your dad. That's two people. Then your grandmother, your grandfather, on their mom's side, your grandmother, your grandfather on your dad's side. That's 4 people. Then 8 people. Then 16. You can do that shit. You go all the way back like 10, 12 generations, nigga. You're going to get up to like 2,000-3,000 people it took to make you. Just you. You got 2,000-3,000.
But then that's what's sad, bro. You know what kills me, bro, is that I'm a little disappointed in adults. Only because we've made life itself so unappealing. We've overcomplicated this process so much that our babies don't want babies, man.
Yeah, we've overcomplicated it. I think
not all, but it's like kids, young men are hearing like, when they hear baby, they hear child support, contract, complication, every fucking toxic podcast, relationship advice they ever heard. Oh my God, I better have the bag. Oh my God, high value, low value. Like it's like, yo, that's a lot, bro. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. You gotta have the bag, child support. I can't drive. I get locked up.
It's like, a lot, bro. And I'm not out here like taping for like, oh, it's. But it is rough. Like men are killing, young men especially are killing themselves more than they ever have. Yo, back in the day when things like this happened, we used to stop and have these things called PSAs, people, public service announcements, where we would educate each other on these topics that are dangerous to our children. We don't even do that anymore. Let me give an example real quick. Yesterday, there was a post that happened on the New Bedford group out here where somebody said, hey, man, there's some cops running inside this empty abandoned building, and they're locking up these kids that broke into this old empty theater, right? This building's been abandoned for like 30 years out here, right? Now, this adult is on here, and then it continued with all these comments going down, like, lock those kids out, throw away the key, da-da-da-da-da. Every single one of them kids was 16 and under, living in their neighborhood, and they were curious and went into an abandoned building. Didn't break anything, didn't bust anything, they just were curious children. So again, I have a problem with this class of adults, generally speaking, that will sit back and judge the youth, not understanding that they're a reflection of our poor leadership. They're a reflection of our poor parenting skills. They're a reflection of our spoiled nature to not, sometimes some things your parents did that were tough for you were good for you. But we have a lot of people out here that are raising their kids that are like, no, that will never be my kid. Your kid, that's why your child is undisciplined in every area that they ever go in.
I seen a thing on, I think it was Facebook. It was a baby. This baby couldn't have been no more than 1.5 because she wasn't even saying words. But she was arguing because babies see whatever. They see whatever.
I know what video you're talking about.
She was like, and then her cousin was like, what? And she was just like, The comments on that video is insane. My child would never point in it. What? So what are you gonna do? You gonna slap the fucking 1-year-old that can't talk?
Correct.
What are you talking about? The baby is doing what she sees.
Correct.
She doesn't even know that that's bad. It's just she's doing that because we laugh at it, or it's a reaction, and she's like, they responded to me. Let me. My daughters used to do that. They don't even know what they're not even saying words.
Nope.
They're just pointing and being like, and then you be like, no, I need you to do it. And then they go, it's just, you know what I'm saying?
And then when they can understand, you start to explain those nuances. Like, now you can't be just pointing at people's faces all the time.
Dog, I didn't really start explaining shit to my kids about how to be like socialized till it was like school time. Like it was almost
correct, because they have to engage.
Like when they're 2-3 years old, nigga, like when a 2-year-old says no, they literally just figured out, that's a new word. They just figured it out. No. Oh shit. I'm about to say this to everybody. Everything. I don't give a fuck. Even if I say I want it and you get no, because this is the shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
correct.
It was like when you get a new toy, it's like I'm about to sprinkle this no on everything. You feel me? They're not being defiant. They just learned a new word.
And the kids they learn a new word, and they have to test those boundaries. They got to see it's trial and error.
It's not.
That's why I'm big on
it's like
sometimes I'm around other parents and I've talked them down out of that helicopter. I'm like, no. Back up. Let those kids engage. Back up.
Yeah.
Some of this they have to do on their own in that sandbox.
How else would they learn though? Like I got my niece. My niece is 1. So she's at the stage now. She wants to just take off. She can't walk yet, but she just wants to take off. Nigga, she was trying to dip. And I hold her, and then she tries to like shake me off her. And I tell her, all right. You're gonna learn the lesson that we all learn. The ground is hard.
Correct.
I can't tell you how hard the ground is. You're gonna have to feel it to know, like, oh shit, so you understand what I'm saying? So I think that, I think a lot of, it goes back to social media. A lot of the shit on social media is performative. You don't believe that. You don't even think like that. Your life don't even reflect none of the shit you're saying on social media. You're just saying it for clicks and views. And so whoever passes your page can look like, that's None of that shit that people post on social media and say in podcasts is real and functional society.
And that's where I had to take a break. This is why we took a break, because it's like I can't get. We're trying to have real dialogue, transparent dialogue. non-judgmental, just more like of a guidance thing. But when we enter the fray, you know, I'm trying to do R&D, so I'm studying what's going on in the spaces to see what's going to work for our pod, right? And what I'm seeing is like the reward system, the reward benefit system is pushing the algo towards the bullshit. And it's like, so it's I said, all right, we're not going into this to like, you know, make like we have our
things. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel.
Correct. So it's like, well, then that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're going to talk about what we talk about. And the people that are going to build from it are going to build from it. But what I'm not going to do is spend 2 hours a week talking about failed relationships.
Yeah, like dog. Like the man bashing and the woman bashing.
Not doing that.
Wars,
I'm tired.
Gender wars. Let me just say this. That shit don't work in real society.
At all. At all.
You don't realize how crazy you look when you sit on posts all day. Women ain't shit. Yo, shorties ain't shit. Bitches is whack. Yo, shorties gonna cheat. Bitches lie. Yo, niggas lie. Yo, niggas ain't shit. You know how these niggas are. Blah, blah, blah. Do you know the nigga that might like you and might want to treat you right might be on your post right now and he ain't fucking with you because he see you posting that dumb shit? Or the girl
don't care. This is who I am. Take me as I am.
It ain't who you hurt, nigga. That's who
correct.
Take you as you are. In no functional society do they take people as they are. That is not true. When you can't show up to your job in fucking sweatpants and flip-flops. So why would you show up in a relationship like that? Take me as I am. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So I think that it's a lot of hurt. Like, it's a lot of here's what I say. Are men fucked up? 100%.
Correct.
100% out of 100%. Are women fucked up? 100%.
Correct.
So you know what that means? People are fucked up. Correct. In general. Human beings are flawed. Humans.
We're treating relationships like one person is supposed to consume the other instead of understanding it's a merger.
It's a merger. You are supposed to see where I'm fucked up at. And
see
be
this?
Like, okay.
It's this.
Like, I'm supposed to see where you lack. Okay, shorty might not be the best at being on time for shit. Or shorty might talk down on herself when it gets to this. So me as a man, it's my job, okay? Yo, I know you got to be here at fucking 8:30. It takes you 8 hours to get ready. I'm going to wake you up in time, make sure I'm gonna boost your confidence, blah, blah, blah. Then you as the woman, oh shit, he might not be the best at relaxing, taking care of himself, scheduling appointments or doing whatever the fuck he got to do. Okay, let me help this nigga do that. Now we got a well-oiled machine going. Correct. But y'all want somebody who's, and y'all, I don't mean women or I mean both. Y'all want motherfuckers who are already just built. And here's the thing about people that are already self-sufficient. Once you get self-sufficient for a so long period of time,
say it, bro. Say it.
You don't want to deal with nobody because you don't want nobody disrupting your fucking moves.
At all.
Like, and even though that's wrong, because and here's the thing about human beings, we are not wired to operate in isolation. That's just not what it is. If that was the case, the worst thing they do to niggas in jail when you do some wild shit, put you in the hole. Because you being isolated by yourself fucks with your mind, right? Because we're not wired for that, right? So at the end of the day, it's not in functional. If we want to be a part of functional society, because we did a whole podcast on algorithms. Here's what the algorithm does. It makes your world small.
Correct.
So you post about how people ain't shit. All you're going to see is people ain't shit content.
Correct.
Right? So then you think the whole world is full of people that ain't shit, but in reality, it's more good than bad. Because if everything was as bad as you say it is, we would all be dead.
It'd be over. Like niggas, like it's like, do you have like people? Do you have no concept? Like, we don't have a Genghis Khan right now. Like, what do y'all?
We don't got a Hitler. We don't got none of.
We don't got villages getting like. Of course, we got conflicts going on in the world. Don't get me wrong. But we don't have Genghis Khan, guys.
No, more, especially in America. More good things. Just look at your individual day. More good things happen than bad.
Yeah, we're stuck on our emotional negatives and not our physical positives. It's crazy.
Like even emotionally, more things. There's more. what happens is we overlook the things that make us feel good,
Yes.
and we underappreciate them. And then we overhype the bad shit. We highlight the
Imagine
bad shit.
allowing 24 seconds of something pissing you off ruin 24 hours. Like that is just the math is off, guys.
I never stay mad long, nigga. I just like, oh, word. That's what, like, I had one day where I was just dropping everything. I was just picking shit up and it was just fucking butterfingers coming. I was just like, I just looked at myself. I said to myself, oh, this is the type of day we're having today?
Yeah.
All right, bet. And I just was like, all right, fuck it. This is what we doing, man.
Correct.
We dropping shit today. This is what happens. So I'm not gonna sit around and, oh my God, my day was so bad I can't pick shit. I just said, all right, body. That's what we doing today? Like we not.
I've subliminally become a storm chaser in my life. Now let me give you an idea what I mean by that. Because what comes after the storm?
Oh, sunny shit.
Perfect weather. So
every time.
Just learn, but that doesn't mean that you prepare for the storm and then you appreciate the beauty of the weather afterwards. But you have to understand that storms are a part of weather. And life is like weather, bro. We can try to do all the predictive things that we want to do. Tomorrow, if the earth decides I'm going to dump a bucket on y'all ass, it is what it is, and you have to adjust.
You have to adjust. It's about being adaptable. And Shamara said, practicing gratitude helps remind any individual to focus on what's important. Facts. That's a fact.
That's a fact.
And humor. Learn to laugh at yourself.
Man, yes. Yo, you just said the big thing. Not just learn to laugh at yourself.
I laugh at myself all the time. Because I be tripping, nigga.
Bro, I just submitted a video. I don't know if I ever showed you that video of me jacking my foot up when I was playing The Floor is Lava with my kid. I saw America's Funniest Home Video. I saw Carlton doing his thing. I was sitting there laughing, and me and Mia were talking about. I said, I just submitted the video. I submitted the video of me busting my ass in front of my kid. Why? Because I love laughing at myself.
I've busted my ass, nigga. I've fell. I've done all types of shit, bro.
If you recorded me busting my ass, I would tell you to send me the video. I'd be like, no, post that right now. Have fun with it.
The other day, I was squatting and I fell, right? I just fell back. Boom, pushed the weight off me and fell. Now, then I just sat there for a minute. And I was like,
you gotta think about life a little bit.
This is what happening today. This is what we're doing. This is what's going on. Word. All right.
Correct.
Bet. No doubt. I respect it. That's peace. And get up and keep going, dog. Like
correct. Get up.
Get back to life, dog. It's life, yo. Like it's life.
I'm sick right now because it's hard because it's like
that's why my favorite people are the people. People look at me crazy when I say it. My favorite people are people with Down syndrome. Because they are the happiest fucking people in the world. They don't give a fuck.
Yes, I was about to say they're living a better existence than most of us.
As long as they got snacks, they good, nigga. They don't give a fuck.
Although I did watch a video the other day. I'm sorry, I gotta have my little ignorant moment. I did fucking cry for a second. And shout out to that mom, because parents that have to raise those children when they get bigger, shout out y'all, bro.
Oh yeah, because
the kids, they have like, you know what I mean? Like they can just haul off and slap you, bro. They don't understand that.
Oh yeah, 1000%.
I just watched the video. I'm sorry. Let me get it off.
My brother, I have a brother.
Get it off. This kid slapped fire out of his mother, and I saw her. You know, she's white, so sorry, my Caucasian community, y'all look like mood rings sometimes. The redness just boil up, and then her take a deep breath and let it boil back down.
Fire off on your kid. I've definitely had, even without Down syndrome, my kid did some shit on me. Fire up. Like, I got a brother, my little brother. He has autism. My little brother is now, 37, 38. So he'll be 32. Yeah, 2 this year, right? So, nonverbal and all that. What? The nigga is strong than a motherfucker.
Strong as shit, yo.
Like, nigga, he was in the doctor one day. And he was like, they had him there for like 24 hours getting shots or whatever. And nigga just decided he was done.
That was it.
Straight, ripping out IVs. Like, they had to have like 4 or 5 security niggas. He was tossing them around. Like, yeah, so I know how it goes. They strong as shit, but genuinely, they're happy, nigga. As long as they have what they need, like their basic needs are met, they live a great existence, bro. They're happy. They hug you. They fucking run down. Like us
Yeah, let me
as
put y'all. Now that you brought that up, let me put y'all on to something. Exactly what he's talking about. This is a great topic that you just brought up, and this is why I got my daughter in the surf. So, Gnome Surf started out as a surf therapy program for children on the spectrum, autism, all of those things. And then we had a conversation for you families, and was like, no, kids generally need this, and we generally need to mix the kids together, right? So we got our daughter involved, everything like that. Let me pull this up on the screen real quick because this was a great actual program that if you do have a child on the spectrum or autism, Down syndrome, any of that, you definitely want to get your kids involved with this program, because I can tell you right now that it's not so much what I'm about to show you has to do with the kid more than it has to do with the parent. Oh, wait, that other window's open. With the parent understanding that sometimes we limit our children in ways that is not productive because we look at their limitations deeper than what it actually is sometimes. So, like, for example, we go to Gnome Surf and we've got kids that literally you would not think would be out there just jumping on waves. You're talking about a kid who's on the shore who has audio sensory issues, and you're literally like, they hold their hands close, they tighten up because they can't deal with all the other stuff going on. They get overstimulated. And then the next thing you know, as soon as this child touches a wave, let me just show you some pictures. As soon as a child touches a wave, you would not believe the kind of stuff that's going on out here. Like these are all kids that their parents thought their children could never do this, and they do it. And they do it better than us.
Oh, 100%, they're better than me. I already know that. We ain't even got to ask
gentleman, Chris, this is actually the coach, Chris Anteo, who actually is a firefighter out of Fall River as well, who started this program. And they surf all over the world, Texas, out of Little Compton, Rhode Island, out of Horseneck Beach. Again, there's a lot of great, it's good for young women. It's good for everybody. And the thing I love about these kind of programs is a lot of the conversations that I'm talking about that we have in society, these things stop at these kind of events. The kids
like, look at my son right here. He's about to get, see, I knew it.
Getting busy.
Getting busy doing this is what I'm saying. Like, and parents with those type of kids, like, integrate your kids. Trust me, the kids don't get made fun of. They become one of the part of the pack.
Correct.
Yo, pull up. Yo, where's da 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 da? Like, there's like there's a dude, I don't know his name. I watch him on TikTok though. He's a black. He's in England though. He works with people with autism, handicapped people. Like, he works out with them. Like paraplegics, like it could be something as simple as moving your arm, and you're like, "Come on, let's go." You moved your arm, let's go. We lit. You know what I'm saying? He turns it, he'll pick him up, dance with him. Like, dog, all that shit don't matter, man.
It don't. Like those people still won their race.
Yeah,
and they here.
They deserve to be here, bro. Like all that other shit that people.
Bro, we talking about some kids. I think some of it, and we're starting to do the knowledge now that some of it's just our misunderstanding of a different kind of functionality of a brain. Because in the same space, you have some of those kids that are non-communicative. You have a kid. You ever seen that black guy who's on the spectrum and he can fly over a city, see it one time, and draw an exact replica of the city?
Yeah. He's a beast.
And there's a lot more of that than not.
Yeah, bro, and I think that a lot of the times when we dealing with those type of kids and those type of people, right? We just gotta remember, like, they us and we them.
Correct.
People with Down syndrome, they just got extra chromosomes, extra, so they're just overstimulated. It is what it is, but it goes back to the point of, like, live your life, dog. Don't be out here stressing with. Listen, man. Listen, life on the grand scheme of things is short.
Super. It's a blip, bro.
I tell people all the time, might sound morbid, but embrace the fact that you're going to die.
Yeah. No, you have to. Yeah.
Soon as you do, your life will change.
Yeah. If you accept that, if you accept death as a certainty, because a lot of people living like it's not, then you might appreciate more of the time that you have.
Yeah. Because it's going to happen to you.
And you don't know when or how.
It's going to happen to all of us. Let's just say you had a long life. It's still going to happen to you.
Yo, you know,
Yeah.
monthly I recap. Like, I might not make it to the next month marker, but like around the second week of the month, which is this week, I usually sit and then think, if I drop right now, did I do what I wanted to do up to this point?
I think about that once a week, just randomly. Or
I
like
space it out because I used to drive myself crazy.
it might not be that I do what I want, or to just be like, the thought will hit me sometimes. Like, you know, you're gonna die one day, right?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, you're right. I can't. You know, you're gonna die one day, and then that's it. And then I go on about my day. Like, okay.
And then I think about the rat race of like people fighting for like this infamy when we all just evaporate to the sands of time. Some people's names might last 1,000 years. Some people's name might last 10,000, but they fade to sand over time.
Yeah, it's like, yo, man, you gotta live it.
Just live your life.
Control. Stay in your pocket. Stay in control of what you got to do. Like, all of this shit is put here to distract us for a reason, right? Love each other. I don't give a fuck what it is. Like, and I'm not saying love like being in a relationship and, oh my God, he's so. I'm talking about genuinely love each other. Stop treating people like shit that don't deserve to be treated like
ridiculous.
shit.
It's ridiculous.
Now, if they do something shitty to you, 9 times out of 10, somebody does something shitty to you, they have something going on in their life.
Correct.
Not even 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10. Because we can only do things from our own brain. It's human projection, right? It's human projection. We project on a human level, right? So it's like, okay, I'm hurt. I don't know how to deal with certain shit, so I'm gonna make sure you hurt. You can only see things from your perception. I tell people that all the time. You can only see shit from how you perceive it.
Correct.
It's your perception that makes things good or bad. Like, violence is violence, right? But violence to a boxer,
different.
That's a good thing, nigga. That's how I eat. That's how I feed my family, nigga. That's good. Thank God for violence, because I wouldn't know where to go. Violence to somebody who's non-violent is the worst shit in the fucking world.
That's why I tell folks, like, we have to no one publicly on a large scale platform is talking about the implications, unless you like watch a TED talk, and that's you might not be into that. But generally speaking, in pop culture, no one's publicly really talking about the long-term effects of this kind of interaction that people have on the internet. And we know that we can't not talk about nature, nurture, and all of these things, and then try to act like the things that entertain us are not influencing us. Hip hop's a perfect
shit!
example
That made
of
me
what
just think of something.
Yep.
You heard about the tribe in the Amazon that got Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Yes.
Nigga,
I didn't read the whole thing, so fill me in. But I did see
there's a tribe in the Amazon. They existed mad years without civilization.
Let me see if I can find talking about it.
They got Wi-Fi, right? They got the internet, right? Why in like 6 months did everybody become addicted to porn? And the whole tribe is divided now because of the internet.
Yep.
And the youth is lazy. The leader of the tribe said the kids are lazy. All they do is look at their phones all day. The shit is wild.
Y'all ready? Let me pull this up real quick.
For thousands of years, they existed chilling. Wild shit, man.
Where did I just put it? Oh yeah, I gotta pull the tab out. Let me just do this.
I don't know how I came across it, because I be in my nerd bag, so I came across that shit.
Yeah, this is on Unilad. I saw the thing the other day, but remote tribe feel the negative effects of internet after being introduced for the first time. So again, like, we have to our brains are so susceptible to the BS that we have to really be in tune with understanding that. So this thing that we utilize doesn't utilize us.
Yeah.
This used to be an input situation, or an output from us situation. We output to it, and that was it. But there is an input factor that's going on now, and it's training us. And this is a great case study right here for what they're talking about. When you provide internet to uncontacted tribes, for people that have been peaceful in a harmonious cycle for thousands of years. Thousands.
Look what the leader of the tribe said. Hold on, scroll up right there. Scroll up a little. The young people have gotten lazy because of the internet. They are learning the ways of white people. I saw two young boys just swiping through video after video of Neymar Jr. Like what? And so
Hunched
he
over
had
their phones, typing away, sending voice notes, watching video clips.
While the internet has brought many benefits, such as calling for help in a medical emergency, communicating with other villagers in the rest of the world, it's a pitfall.
So look at this. Just take this away and extrapolate it into a larger picture of your own life. And this interfered with the hunting, farming necessary for the tribe's way of life. We're not understanding how. Now take hunting and farming out. Fill in with your two things that you need to be prioritizing. And it's taken away from that necessary things for your way of life. A lot of the times, we're too entertained by things. We're
overwhelmed, overstimulated with shit.
Man, like why it is 10 years of keeping up with the Kardashians is bullshit. It's bullshit.
Yeah, they should have had a quick 2-year run.
It's bullshit. Like, why do we care? Our lives are so important.
People are literally famous and get money for being gluttonous.
Correct.
I can eat 17 lobsters in a row. Put it on TikTok.
Correct.
There's a dude on TikTok right now. This big fat dude. He got thousands of followers because he can chug shit. He'll take 17 bottles of soda, pour it in like a boot, chug it.
You remember the movie Nope?
Yeah.
So people like missed a lot of it, but the main concept, like when they went, like I watched some of the college deep dives, and then I actually watched, the director talk about it and really give it, and he was like, it's the spectacle. Like society goes through these ebbs and flows of failing all the time, and we get overconsumed by the spectacle of others, and not the wonders of ourselves.
The spectacle of others and the bullshit of life, yo. We gotta just stay away from the bullshit, man. But and man.
We're not saying don't be entertained. We're not saying don't. We're saying
entertainment,
like all things.
Balance.
It's moderation. It's
balance
a diet.
Yourself. Balance yourself.
When you work out, I'm working out to failure, and even some days that's not the purpose.
That's not the point.
You map it out. So it's like today I'm going to failure. Tomorrow I'm doing my cardio. I have leg day for a reason. I don't mix these two because I don't want to overload my body. But we're in a constant
like the Celtics is about to play.
Fuck, bro.
Celtics is about to play. So we're gonna tap into that. That's it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Other shit, like just moderation is key, man. But yeah, man, this was a good pod, man.
Nah, for sure. It was a good comeback pod. Again, we both had to take some time dealing with our professional
lives.
But we back on it. You'll see us periodically. Like, I don't like, honestly, we talked about like not putting no pressure on ourselves, man. The content comes when the content comes.
Yeah.
We're
gonna try to keep something consistent. I would say probably honestly Sundays twice a month. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
If it's more than that, cool. If not.
Yeah, and the reason why this is because we're not manufacturing conversation for you. No. We literally had spent the entire time just kicking it with each other, having phone conversations to establish what we feel good talking about in these spaces.
This is just
different.
This is just a phone conversation, man.
Yeah, correct. We're sharing a phone conversation with you, correct? Because this is how we talk to each other all the time.
Yeah, all day. But yeah, man.
So man, appreciate y'all. Go Celtics, man. I'm conflicted like y'all as far as like Kyrie, because I want to see the man get back after.
I want to see Kyrie win.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's time. And you know what? Honestly, I'm finished with this. I always feel weird saying "Go Celtics."
Yeah, me too.
But we're gonna play the game like we just talked about. We're gonna play the game.
Me too.
So JB and JT can get theirs and the rest of the team. But again,
I need JB and JT to get theirs, man. But
be on the lookout for more content, man. We'll be doing things slow, methodically. Because we're really curating and thinking about how we're applying our universe to the multitude of other universes out here. So we appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, tapping in. Hope y'all enjoyed some just regular conversation with two brothers trying to figure it out every day.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Peace.